Hi, I'm Kathy, and I have been using essential oils for several years. And about a year ago, I went to a meeting and actually understood that the oils I had been using were probably inferior and not the highest quality. So what I wanted to do is talk to Heidi, and she's who I met a year ago, and talk about the quality and the differences between oils. What, Heidi?
Yay! Yeah, I was the one that taught that free class that she went to. And Kathy is amazing. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am a mom of 2 kids, 4 and under, so life is crazy. If you're a mom with littles, I totally relate with you. And I've been using essential oils starting about when my son was 5 months, my first child was 5 months old, so about 3.5, 4 years ago. And it's been an amazing experience. I've learned so much along the way, and I'm still continuing to learn. So we're really excited to be sharing with you today the things that we know, and hopefully you can take a little bit of something away from it.
Great. Okay, good beginning. I guess I want to start with the real basics. What are essential oils?
So if we're talking about essential oils, they're the volatile part of every plant. So I always like to think of it as the most important part. It could be in our leaves, our petals, the stems of plants and trees. They come from all sorts of different ones. And I always like to compare essential oils to like the blood that's in our body. It actually carries the nutrients and things throughout the plant, and it actually helps it heal. Just like our blood does for us. And so essential oil is very vital to every like plant and tree out there.
Okay, so are they all the same? I mean, I used to buy mine at the grocery store, or really any store I got them at. Are they the same?
No, not at all. And that's actually a really amazing question. And if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I've been asking myself the same thing, or I've never even thought of that. It's really a great question. It's just like if you were to go to the doctors and they prescribed you a medication, or they suggested this or suggested that, you have to ask yourself, was this what's right for me? What's in that? So with essential oils, no, they're not all created equal. In fact, you can go down to your local Sprouts or Whole Foods store and pick one off the shelf. It can say 100% therapeutic grade essential oil on it. And it can actually only have 3 to 5% pure essential oil in it.
I didn't really understand that. Why is that? How is that possible?
Well, the FDA has no regulation over essential oils, and so they can pretty much put whatever they want to on the box or the labeling that you get your essential oils. So
I'm disappointed.
it is disappointing and scary. So it kind of starts making you question a lot of other things that are out there. There's a lot of things that really aren't regulated at all, and so it's important to know where they come from, where they're sourced from. I just actually fell into Young Living, and happenstance, I have an amazing company to work with. I was introduced by my chiropractor to the company, and I trusted him, so I thought, hey, if I trust him, then I trust the company that he chose to use. And after I did all my research after the fact, which is probably not the way I should have done it, I was like, yay, I fell into the right hands. But Young Living, definitely, they have their seed to seal quality. What is on the bottle is actually what you're getting. And I've even been to the farms. I've helped plant the seeds. People getting lavender 2 years from now might get the lavender from the plant I planted. It's super exciting. But they're very transparent. I mean, anyone's welcome on their farms. You can see where things are grown, and it's amazing. And see how their production, you can just see how everything's made. Your oils are steam distilled or they're cold pressed, and so you can see that steam distillation in process even there on the farm. It's pretty exciting.
Well, one of the things that I had read last year was that France exports 175% of the oils that they grow. And I thought, how can they export 175% of what you grow? And one of the things that I realized was there's a lot of synthetic oils out there, and there's a lot of harsh ways of getting those oils out, which obviously impacts the quality of those oils. That was something that I really didn't understand. I thought lavender meant lavender meant lavender. And what I've learned, obviously, in this last year is that's absolutely not true. That was very eye-opening to me.
Agreed. And you can even smell a difference. And what's very interesting with Young Living bottles, people will be like, well, this lavender didn't smell like this lavender. But that actually is a testament to the quality of it, because if you have a favorite, excuse me, my husband's a sommelier, so if you have a bottle of wine that you drink from the same exact place and you get another bottle the very next year, it's the same exact thing, they don't always taste the same either, do they? Because everything changes in our environment, the amount of rain, or, you know, just the time of year. You never know, because sometimes the crops have to be taken at the exact right time, and that's something that Young Living puts a lot of time into. And they also have distillation areas like on site at the different farms, so you're not having that transport of product like you would with other companies that might only do it in one place, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like if you were getting fresh vegetables down the street from the local farmer versus it's getting shipped in. It takes, it takes it longer to get to where it needs to get to get the process done. So
okay, good. And I guess my last question for this basic video is, why would I use essential oils? Why use essential oils at all? I mean, I can go to the pharmaceutical, I can get stuff. If something hurts, I have chronic back pain. Why wouldn't I just take Tylenol? I mean, I'm just wondering, and that's what I did for years. So
I would go, why wouldn't you use essential oils? Well, okay. I actually grew up with, my grandfather was an osteopathic doctor, so he did a lot of manipulation on me growing up. He was very minimal on giving me antibiotics and things like that. So I grew up with kind of doing alternate things, because it was like, well, you have a virus or something, go home, feel better, so I was like, okay, so I've always looked at alternative options anyways, because I seem to be healthier than a lot of people, and I think it's because I haven't over-medicated myself, and I really, there's a place for medication, I think, in this world where, sometimes the natural thing, it was created for a reason, but it should be used in a minimal thing, not a maximum thing. And if you look at the side effects of certain drugs and things that you get, even over the counter, the side effects are really hard. I mean, long-term use of Tylenol and things like that, I think your kidneys and your liver, I mean, we know drinking alcohol is bad for us, and it long-term really affects, but what happens if you're popping Tylenol every day for years and years and years? What effect is that having on our body? So I think that's something we really have to think about and do our research on. Outside of that, I mean, there's so many other things, because essential oils aren't all about being, when we're sick, they're actually to help us stay well. If I can help my mood and boost my mood on a regular basis, I'm feeling down. That's going to help my stress level stay better, and therefore I'm not as likely to get sick. I'm going to feel better on a day-to-day basis. Say I want to go work out and maximize my workout. I can use oils ahead of time to make myself feel better and do more and get more out of my workout. So there's so many ways that we can utilize essential oils. I need to calm down my child who's having a tantrum. Gee, let me get my lavender out. I'm telling you, my daughter, it's amazing. She just like smells this like, oh, I don't know. Like,
and that's a great thing for a young parent.
That's right. And sleep. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And like I said, it's always nice to have an option to increase your wellness and make you feel better on a day-to-day basis. And that's why we use essential oils every day, not only when we feel bad, but just so that we make sure we don't feel bad. So.
Okay, good. Well, we will be coming back with some more videos, and we'll be talking about emotional oils. That was something I didn't quite understand, but like they can lift your mood. They can relax you, as she was talking about. They can be health related. So we will have some variety of different videos as the weeks go on. So I hope that you continue to join us, and let's have a healthier 2018. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks.